I'm a proud member of the New England Fishermen's Stewardship Association. When Dustin asked me if I was interested in doing it, he wants to diversify the board. A lot of people focus on just lobstering. And it's not just lobstering in the state of Maine. There's other fisheries here that still support communities. It's like the Madomic River with Elvers. We take probably roughly around $1 million worth of Elvers out of there a year. Nobody knows that. We take between $1 and $2 million worth of clams out of the Madomic River. Nobody knows that. You know, we have alewives that come up through that would potentially in the future, which we're working towards, is supporting lobster bait for the fishermen in the area. I started with Elvers back when there wasn't even a license. You could get a $33 commercial fishing license. You could stand in the water, you know, and dip right up to your waist if you wanted to. You know, and all of a sudden the regulations come down, you couldn't stand in the water and all kinds of crazy things. You couldn't fish the middle third, but everybody had all kinds of nets. Then they cut it down to 5 nets and then down to 2 nets, you know, and 1 dip net. And I mean, we was on the verge of losing our fishery completely. We're the only state in the country that harvests them commercially, in the whole country, in the United States. We got cut from 18,000 down to 11,000 down to 9,600. I mean, there was some quota that was caught, that was illegally caught. No question, there should have been a cut, but not a massive cut like we got. But see, other states were doing it as well. They stopped all their fisheries because they didn't want to deal with it. But we've gone down and fought, and we've had the data to do it, and we've backed it up, so there's no precedent for them to take our fishery away from us. I'm a state legislator now. I started going to Augusta. I had no interest in politics whatsoever. Can't stand politics. But 2008, I started going to public hearings and listening to what was going on. And in 2016, I just couldn't take it anymore. I says, I can't believe these people on this other side of this horseshoe has never done what I do for a living, is telling me how to do my business and telling me how to make a living. It drove me nuts. So I ran, I won, and I made a huge change up there. We got some frivolous bills that would come in when I was up there that were absolutely detrimental to commercial fishermen, and we got them killed. Ought not to pass. Get them out of there. They do not belong. It's not that people are being malicious, they just don't understand the ramifications of what they're trying to do. I like being up there now because it's not really me making laws, it's me preventing laws from happening that's detrimental to the fisheries. The state of Maine has stepped up and done very good management as far as the life cycle study. I put a bill in because Elvers were a closed fishery. There was 440, 450 licenses that were sold at that time. Well, we kept losing fishermen every single year. Well, when I was part of the Elver Association, one year we went from 431 to 419 for license holders. I says, well, we got to do something because we're losing fishermen every single year. And we set a precedent for putting in a bill to create a lottery to open it up to fishermen. People weren't happy about it because, oh, well, now I'm not going to get more quota, but we're keeping a fishery going. So we decided on 425 licenses. That's what the state has to maintain. But we designated they only get 4 pounds to start. The rest of the quota that's left over goes to the rest of the fishermen that's been doing it. The more years you get into it, like this year we get an extra 0.2 of a pound. Don't sound like a lot, but at $2,000 a pound, that's an extra 400 bucks. You know, every year you're gaining a little bit. Every couple of years we have a lottery, and it's a license of a lifetime. It's yours as soon as you get it, it's yours for the rest of your life until you give it up. The life cycle study, we have to have that in order to have the fishery. Every bit of that lottery money goes to the life cycle study. Nobody can touch it. We've done this in Waldoboro as well when I first started on the Shellfish Committee. It's all self-funded. 0 tax dollars go into that program. The biggest thing is getting quota back for the fishermen. Why can't we get back up to that next level of the 11,000? We've opened up close to 2 million acres of habitat for these eels. We've done so much. The Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission has just been reluctant to give us anything back. That's what drives me crazy more than anything. You should be rewarding people that's been good stewards of the ocean, not punishing them. Throw us a bone. It's plain and simple. Fishermen are always going to get screwed. You should try to determine how bad you get screwed. If you're not involved, you're going to get it full force. You know, clam diggers don't always get along, lobstermen don't always get along, but there's going to be a certain point where you're not going to have a choice. You're going to have to be united or you're going to be dead. And that's what happened with the Elver fishery. We finally come together, we got everybody involved, made a huge push and a difference to get what we have right now. Because we were looking at being shut down, period. Every state along the eastern seaboard wanted us shut down. And we've avoided every single time. And there's a reason for that, because we stuck together.